Alright, MrSotko here, and welcome back to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. Today it's a 1 vs 1 on Angoville between our blue US Forces player, Insane DevM, and up top we have our red OKW player, Jesulin, and this is a game from the WCP Finals, and it is a replay highlight on CoH2.org. And on top of that, I haven't casted a Company Heroes 2 game in a while. I've kind of been focusing on Warcraft 3 games, and not really sure why I haven't casted in a while, but, you know, who knows. I casted, like, I think almost 170 Company Heroes 2 replays, so I just took a break for just a little while, started focusing on other games and such, but I think I'm going to cast a few more Company Heroes 2 games now, because I got bored, and somebody was like, hey, where'd you go? And nope, I'm still here. And the Storm Pioneers moving towards the house, but the Riflemen get in just in time. And on the left side, rear echelon troops just taking some territory. Storm Pioneers looking to get a different angle in on this, but not really going to happen with the Riflemen in the building there. Would run up there and just STG those Riflemen, but would probably lose quite a bit of Storm Pioneers doing that. And here we go with the first shots fired. Who will score first blood? Who knows? And rear echelon troops coming from the left side now. Storm Pioneers getting hit from multiple angles here. And Volksgrenadiers trying to go forward there, but again, Riflemen inside the building. Excellent building position. And now a Kubelwagen on the field here, chasing down the rear echelon troops. Storm Pioneers on their way back, and first blood! One Storm Pioneer down. And now both sides biding their time here. The rear echelons running from the Kubelwagen, but not going to last too long against that Kubelwagen. And Volksgrenadiers coming down the other side now. Riflemen here, two of them going after the Volksgrenadiers. Storm Pioneers come from the flank side, but only 3 in the squad and half health to boot. They will not last too long here. And the OKW forced to run on home for now. And that leaves the US to capture some of the OKW territory on the top side of the map there. And Riflemen, we're going to select the excellent truck cover there, but a little bit too much firepower. Volksgrenadiers and the Grenadiers, or Volksgrenadiers and the Kubelwagen. I don't know how I called that a Grenadier. Doesn't really even make sense at all. And now captured the territory here. Gonna get inside the building, and Volksgrenadiers were heading towards it. Quite make it in time, but can't select the other building here. And Volksgrenadiers here trying to back cap on the US.
Our supply line just got cut off.
And supply line cut off, so no more supply for the US up top here, but really it's only this and maybe the fuel point if they get that later.
Ready for orders. Gather round.
And Riflemen really want this cutoff point for the OKW, but just haven't been able to get it. And Storm Pioneers, Kubelwagen chase them away. And Volksgrenadiers shoo away those pesky rear echelon troops. Get the fuel for themselves now. And some shoe mines going down in the middle of the road. And it doesn't look like they're going to be caught making those. So those are going to be some secret shoe mines. And OKW with both fuel is going to be very difficult for the US to deal with.
Capture point is being overrun.
And Kubelwagen greatly outnumbered here, taking a lot of damage. Have to back on out of there. One of them, a 1-star veteran, can huck that anti-tank rifle grenade way too far by now. Fuel has been captured by the OKW, so now both fuel for the OKW, however, left the left side open. And the US now going to capture that. Lieutenant going to grab the victory point. Rear echelon's going to go over there to the munitions. And the cutoff being taken by the U.S. as well.
I smell orders. We're ready to move. Work completed.
Now the battle group headquarters coming on up for the OKW.
Fire on that infantry! Achieve veterancy level.
And 2 Volksgrenadiers here coming from the rear side. And lots of firepower in the front as well. Riflemen in a little bit of trouble here, but now an M20 scout car
Capture point is
is
under
on the
attack.
field. Rather a utility car, but I call it a scout car. Kind of the same thing. And down to 1 Volksgrenadier squad in this
Armor upgrade.
squad here. And 1 man left. And he makes it out of there.
Ready for battle.
Commander abilities ready. Command Hauptrat has
Rifleman
been
steps on that
permanently
shoe
established
mine.
as a static post.
And I'm sure he was hoping that M20 would hit that shoe mine, but I suppose that's good enough.
You ready to roll out? Go ahead.
M20 has the armor plating.
Steady up.
And now the rifleman going to grab the far left territory point there. And speaking of that, the point all the way up here, never been captured, as it's not very important. Really connect anything. You don't need it. Kind of like this one here.
Infantry and boys. Ready. Infantry. Good to go. Where's the man? Get eyes on target. Ready.
20 and Volksgrenadiers going at it here in the building. Pushes right up on the edge. Forces the Volksgrenadiers out for now. And there is a shoe mine there, so he's trying to lure him over that shoe mine. And might be successful here.
Target secure.
To see who goes over there. No, has a mine detector there, so did see that shoe mine.
Taking fire.
And just kind of magically disappeared. That was weird.
Eyes on me. Squad, get ready. Send orders.
The rear echelon just cleared that up
The
very,
enemy
very
is
fast.
overrunning
That
one of our
was
capture points.
quite interesting. Volksgrenadiers on the left side there capturing the fuel. But the U.S. is capturing the fuel on the right side. So an eye for an eye here. Rakettenwerfer was pushing up through
Combat unit ready.
the alleyway there. 50 cal out on the field as well. And forces the Volksgrenadiers away. U.S. will hold both of the fuel here soon. Perhaps riflemen leave. Fuel point there, leaving it for the Kuba wagon. I feel like they could have stayed there for a little while against that Kuba wagon, but didn't want to lose any men. Which I can't really blame them for. And the Stern Pioneers can get the flank side of the 50 cal here. Kenny set it up in time. And now it's about the Stern Pioneers getting out of the arc of fire in time. And doesn't feel like he can make it, so he's just going to take the cover behind the hay. And 50 cal is going to pick up and run on out of there. And now M20 going after the Kuba wagon. Kuba wagon no chance against that M20.
A capture point
But
is
the
being
Rakettenwerfer
overrun.
is moving on up. And lots of stuff in the way of the sight of that Rakettenwerfer there. And spotted it for a second, but couldn't fire in time.
Men are focused and ready.
And now the Kuba wagon over on the other side here. Gonna sit on the territory point, let the Stern Pioneers repair away.
Boys, you ready to roll
And
out?
but that was another weird move of the M20 there.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points. Send orders. Area is out. Concentration. They got our range.
Volksgrenadiers should be able to take the left side fuel here. 50 cal is moving up with riflemen. We'll see if they can get up there in time. And they may be able to, but it looks like he's going to stop here and try and take this territory point first.
Ready for
Kuba wagon all repaired up
contact.
and ready to go again. Almost a 2-star veteran Kuba wagon. He's moving up in the world.
Get ready, guys. Ah, nuts. We got orders coming.
And 50 cal is creeping on up. But he did take that fuel point, but it will immediately get neutralized by the U.S. to come take that cutoff point as well.
You've got a captain hitting the field. Under fire!
M20 firing at the Jaeger Light Infantry. And here comes the Rakettenwerfer. And always keeping that M20 out of the line of sight of that Rakettenwerfer, so playing really well. And here comes a horde of OKW pushing through, but there is a 50 cal right there, going to suppress the majority of these troops. And couldn't quite get in cover in time there, got suppressed. And Rakettenwerfer may have to retreat out of here. And there is a lot of US who's going to have to retreat for sure, and Lieutenant there as well. And a lot going on this map. I love casting on this map because there's always just so much action on either side that you look at. MG34 setup suppresses the troops there. They will have to retreat. And Volks Grenadiers here. And gonna Faust the M20 through the house somehow. And Sturm Pioneers capturing the left side field point. Rifleman loses a whole squad of riflemen there, and that is definitely not good for DevM. Lieutenant also running for their lives here. And gonna get peppered up by the Jaeger Light Infantry as they go. Now the MG34 set up just behind the fence there, forced the captain away for a little bit, but he didn't get pinned. He's good to go for a short while.
Got a rifle squad waiting for. We're losing a capture
Okay, now a 2-star veteran Kuba wagon out on the field.
Supply half track is ready for orders.
Another Wehrmacht Schlepper out on the field here. And I'm wondering if we're going to see any M6 mines from the M20 or not. They are fairly expensive, but they lay waste to tanks, oftentimes completely disable the engine, not even just a critical damage, but actually stop it in its tracks, which is generally quite useful, to say the least. Very underused vehicle, very underused mines, kind of like the Regal mines. And Rakettenwerfer catches the MG34, now taken by the US Covet Die MG34. Let's call it an MG42. And infiltration grenades take out a couple riflemen there. And OKW in a little bit of trouble here. Gonna have to bail out of there. And looks like a Stuart is on the way for the US.
The command vehicle has converted to a static.
And Schwerer Panzer headquarters has been erected in the base there on the edge. And that helps cover the territory point there. And this M20 scout car here doing a lot of damage. 12, 13 kills so far. And Lieutenant grabbing the territory point there. Meanwhile, the Kuba wagon all the way on the right side grabbing the munitions point. And here comes Rakettenwerfer. But so far, it really hasn't managed to hit anything. It only has a sliver of experience, and that's just from being shot at.
Send your orders.
And now the Stuart on the way.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
And US grabbing the right side there. Sturm Pioneers in a little bit of trouble. Need a Shrek on those. Although he may be waiting for... Might already have the... Oh, yep, I think he already has the Minesweeper on them. And now here comes the scout car coming around the backside of the Volks Grenadiers.
Commander abilities ready.
Rakettenwerfer fails to get off another shot.
Deployed. Crew ready for orders.
Battle in the streets. Rear echelons lose that one to the Jaeger Light Infantry, not particularly surprising. And an ISG out of the field here for the OKW. And one shot there hits the Stuart for a little bit of damage from that Panzer headquarters. And Jaeger Light Infantry in big trouble here, getting hit from all sides. Kind of all sides. Let's just call it all sides. Makes it easier. And lots of little light armor for the U.S. and working pretty well. And not even bothering really to Faust these, as the U.S. can just hop out and simply repair back up. And right side there, Riflemen grabbing the munitions point. They have the munitions on the left side as well, so they will have both fuel, both munitions here shortly. Quite frankly, it's not particularly good for Jesulin. See if he can come back from this. We do have an Ostwind out in the field now, so we'll be able to deal with the Stuart and the M20, going after the M20 now.
Engineers are on the lines and deployable.
And now this is the time for a Faust. Slow it down so the Ostwind can flak it to death.
Ready. Send orders. Crew, get ready.
And now the OKW capturing the left side here, and US capturing the majority of the right there. We got a little tongue-tied for a moment. And Rakettenwerfer still slowly moving around to all the spots here. Schumann going down, but it's going to have to be canceled. Didn't quite make it there. 2-star veteran utility car. And so far still, I don't even think a shot has been fired out of that Rakettenwerfer yet. And some good damage there on the Stuart from the Ostwind. And Captain 50 cal, all in the buildings on the right side here, covering that whole side.
Prepare for action.
And the left side fuel has been captured by the OKW, and the munitions soon thereafter. Infiltration grenades all over that 50 cal, and didn't quite take it out, but almost took out the building. And more infiltration grenades going out. And that building is ready to go down here. M10 out in the field going after the Ostwind. Ostwind not doing too good here. And Rakettenwerfer is forced to retreat. And there's so much going on. The Ostwind is taken out by the M10. And the Rakettenwerfer has been decrewed.
Someone get us out of here! Taking infantry fire!
M10 taking a lot of damage there from the Panzer headquarters, but backs up. And Stern Pioneer is going to shoo away the Rifleman for now. One man left in that Volksgrenadier squad. Needs to get that out of there. It is a 4-star veteran. Does not want to lose that. And now rear echelon is going to be taking back the left side. Kugelwagen's still alive, surprisingly. And try to make shoe mines again. But we'll have to cancel those once again. Yes, mortar firing away there. The ISG, superior range, firing back. But it is already gone and already too late. ISG $1 short. Day late and $1 short. And Rakettenwerfer has been taken by the U.S. Definitely going to be wanting that back as well to deal with all of these cars in the field here. And now going to be taking the left side here for the U.S. once again.
Cut our supply line.
Crew, stand ready! Target that infantry!
And tried to take that cutoff, but couldn't quite do it. The Panzer headquarters well placed there. And ISG firing at the M20. And Rakettenwerfer might actually be able to fire for once. And it hits the building.
Krauts are sniffing around our asses.
OKW shooting away the lieutenant here from the left side. And the lieutenant a little bit outgunned. will be forced to retreat, but here comes some riflemen and backup on the way. And the Kuba wagon coming as well. Had detection on for a moment there. Looks like another Rakettenwerfer on the way for the OKW as well.
An anti-tank gun has taken the field.
And finally, I think that was a first Raketten hit of the game. And with all of the hedgerows, houses, and such, kind of hard to get a nice line of sight on this map. And Kuba wagon in the wrong place there. M10 now going after the Kuba wagon. One shot, and that Kuba wagon may go down. The M10 knows better that there are probably Raketten up there. So it's going to back out for now. And M6 mine in the middle of the road there. And so finally there was an M6 mine placed. There may be more out in the field. Once again, a very underutilized mine. And when a tank runs over that, it is going to hurt bad. And most of the time it absolutely disables the engine, makes you just sit in place completely. You can't even crawl away. M10 being crept up on by the Rakettenwerfer. They are sitting up on the hill, ready to go. And RNG barrage coming down somewhere. It looks like by the base there. Comes that Stewart. And Volks Grenadiers in a bad spot here and takes a grenade and may lose a squad there. 4-man squad, 4-star squad rather, and loses that. That's a big loss for Jesulin there.
An infantry unit lost.
And about to lose a few more men here, perhaps on the way out of here. And M10 along the way, and gotta watch being next to that M6 mine. If that ISG hits there with that tank under it, it could take it out completely. And these Rakettenwerfer need to have been placed here for a while. Could have been just facing down the road there. Kuba wagon still alive, 2-star veteran. Trying to go to the right side there. Jaeger light infantry overwhelmed. Too much stuff there right on the edge. Rakettenwerfer now being chased down. 50 cal turns around. Fires on the Volks Grenadiers, but the Ost one right behind that forces that to retreat. I think that M20 utility car was lost at some point, but I did not actually see it go down. And looks like the Rakettenwerfer's actually got off a shot there on the M10. Now recovering with its vehicle crew. And that M6 mine was dangerously close. He pulled up right to there. And that Stewart really wanted that. And 50 cal set up here on the Volt Grenadiers. They did capture the zone, though. And Rifleman dealing with Jaeger Light Infantry. Here goes a grenade on the Jaeger Light Infantry. Front two, and nope, just takes out one. M10 here moving up. Might take a couple shots from the Raketenwerfer, but the Raketenwerfers don't even fire as usual. Although I really love the Raketenwerfer because of its camouflage ability and its retreat ability. I think it could really use some work. A lot of times it just doesn't fire for some reason. And now the Raketenwerfers need to retreat on out of there, perhaps. Or no, he might be able to just get away with just moving on out of there. ISG goes down to the RNG barrage. ISG goes down to RNG. And it is the 240mm howitzer barrage, but it's such a wide radius and such a random hit that it's just fitting to call it RNG barrage. Volksgrenadier sporting a Zook there, but too low to fight the Stuart. And may take out another man or two on the way. Major forced to retreat. Second Ostwind now on the field. Rapid fire there on Stuart. Blinds the Ostwind for now. Jaeger Light Infantry in a little bit of trouble. They run, and a grenade gets thrown, tries to catch them in retreat. Doesn't quite hit the mark. ISG has been recrewed by the OKW.
100 points remain. Organize the assault.
Rifleman now going after the Ostwind using anti-tank rifle grenade, but not enough damage. Damage to that engine. Now both Ostwinds on the left side here. And this looks like a somewhat final push here for Jesulin to try and shoo away this American out of here. And Raketenwerfer finally taken back, or rather just decrewed. And Raketenwerfers there had an excellent shot on that Sherman, but they were forced to retreat before they were able to fire a couple times on that. And an Ostwind will go down here to the Sherman. And the Kuba wagon lost at the same time. But definitely a 28-minute Kuba wagon. Lasted quite a while. And 50 cal did not make it out of there. And Sherman taken out by the OKW. But the entire right side belongs to the US, and pretty much the majority of the left side as well.
Now down to 25 points.
And now trying to capture that victory point as soon as possible here, but also needs one of those points on the right side as well to be able to stay in the game. Jaeger Light Infantry chasing down the mortar.
We lost a gun crew.
And looks like perhaps another MG or Raketenwerfer was taken out there. I think this Raketenwerfer maybe. That one may have already been taken out. Who knows?
Infantry group are lost.
And a juicy group of infantry here. hit with the Ostwind. And Volskamio is going to go down here to the Lieutenant and the Rifleman. And an M10 will take out the Ostwind, but Jesulin loses the game here. Replay highlight game 1 of the WCP finals, I believe, the grand finals. And Insane DevM wins this game, but a pretty good game overall, but those Raketenwerfers just could not connect the entire game. I think the entirety that they've actually hit a tank or vehicle maybe 4 or 5 times the entire game, and just all of these little hedgerows and such. There were hedges here at the beginning of the game until ran over by tanks, but it just makes it so hard to get to a tank. And even had the Raketenwerfer pointed, I think, through here once, but he had the tank just sitting right here firing at the building, so he knew exactly not to have it in line of sight of anything. And so really well played by DevM to avoid all those Raketenwerfers. And that M6 mine never touched, but was looming in the streets either way. But I hope you guys enjoyed the replay, and I will see you guys next time.